Animal life. We find animals in different places. Lions and tigers live in forests. Fish and whale live in water. Penguins, polar bears, and seals live in cold regions. Ducks, herons, and cranes live near water. The place where an animal and its community live, eat, reproduce, and survive is called their habitat. We can also say home or natural surroundings of an animal is called its habitat. According to their habitats, animals adapt themselves. Their body features help them to survive in different conditions. Their breeding methods, eating habits, reproducing methods, and movements are best suited to their habitats. Breeding methods. All animals breathe to stay alive. Like us, they breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and birds breathe through their lungs. Birds inhale through the tiny holes present on their beaks. They take in air through their nostrils and mouth and fill the lungs with the air. The lungs absorb oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. Whales and dolphins also breathe through their lungs. They come onto the surface of water and take in air through their nostrils. Insects. Insects breathe through air holes on their bodies. These air holes are called spiracles. These holes are connected to a set of bronchial tubes which open into all the body parts. This set of tubes supply oxygen to each part of the body and carry out carbon dioxide from each part of the body. Fish. Fish and tadpoles breathe through their gills. They do not have lungs. As water passes through their gills, the dissolved oxygen in water is absorbed into the blood. At the same time, the carbon dioxide in the blood passes out through their gill flaps. Other aquatic animals like prawns, crabs, and oysters also breathe through their gills. Amphibians. Animals like frogs and salamanders breathe through the moist skin when they are in water. On land, they breathe through their lungs. Earthworms also breathe through moist skin. Animals like amoeba and paramecium are microorganisms. They breathe through their body surface. Body covering in animals. An animal's body covering helps it to live comfortably in its particular habitat. Different types of animals have different body coverings. Hard covering. Most insects, such as wasps and beetles, have hard outer coverings on their bodies. This hard covering protects their soft inner parts. Scales. Fish are covered with a layer of overlapping scales. Reptiles, such as snakes, crocodiles, and lizards too, have scales on their bodies for protection. Shell. Animals such as snakes, tortoises, and turtles are protected by hard outer covering called a shell. A shell protects the soft inner bodies of animals. Feathers. Birds are covered with feathers. Feathers protect their bodies, keep them warm, and also help them to fly. Hair, fur, or wool. Mammals are mostly covered with hair, fur, or wool. The thick fur or wool. The thick fur of polar bears protects it from the extreme cold weather of the polar region. Animals such as sheep have a special body covering called wool to keep them warm. Eating habits. Different animals eat different kinds of food. Their mouth parts are modified according to the type of food they eat. Herbivores. Animals like cows, sheep, goats, and horses eat plants only. They are called Herbivores. They have sharp incisors to cut grass and hard, flat grinding molars to grind their food. Rodents have long chisel-shaped incisors to gnaw their food, like rats, squirrel, rabbits, and so on. Carnivores. Lions, tigers, leopards, and wolves live on the flesh of other animals. They are called carnivores. They attack their prey. They have teeth adapted for grasping and tearing. They have sharp incisors, strong and pointed canines, and strong molars to chew and grind the bones. All these features of the teeth are suited to their eating habits. Birds like eagles, hawks, and vultures are carnivores. They use their claws and hooked beaks to catch and eat their prey. They are called birds of prey. Most water birds are carnivores. They feed on fish. Frogs have sticky tongue with which they capture their prey, which are mostly insects and flies. To catch their prey, frogs flip out their tongue. Omnivores. Some animals eat both plants and animal flesh. They are called omnivores. Bears and red foxes eat nuts, fruits, and also animal flesh. The teeth of omnivorous mammals have special features common to the teeth of both carnivores and herbivores. Birds like crows, magpies, and peacocks are omnivorous birds. They eat seeds, nuts, fruits, insects, and animal flesh. They have sharp incisors and strong molars, which help them to eat both plant parts and flesh. Moving styles. Most animals move in search of food. They also move to protect themselves as well as their homes from enemies. Animals may move in order to look for safe breeding place. Different animals have different body parts which help them to move. Land animals. Most land animals move with the help of their limbs. Many land animals have 4 legs. The front legs are called forelimbs, and the legs at the back are called hind limbs. Animals like lion, cheetahs, zebras, and deer use all their 4 limbs to move, walk, and run, but animals like apes and bears can also walk on their hind limbs. Animals like rabbits and hares hop. Rabbits stamp their feet on the ground to warn one another about danger. Reptiles. Some reptiles like crocodiles, tortoises, lizards have short limbs which help them to crawl. Snakes do not have legs. They travel with the help of scales or plates present on the underside of their bodies. Earthworms have very minute, hair-like organs called bristles along the sides of the body. These bristles help them to move. Insects. Insects have 6 legs. They use their legs to move. Insects like fleas and grasshoppers flick their hind legs to jump. Some insects like butterflies and houseflies have wings which help them to fly. Water animals. Most fish have fins for swimming. The body shape of a fish is ideal for speeding through water. A fish has paired pectoral fins, paired pelvic fins, dorsal fins, an anal fin, and a tail fin. The paired pectoral fins help the fish to move forward. Dorsal and anal fins, along with the paired pelvic fins, help the fish for balancing. The tail fin helps the fish to change its direction. A whale uses its paddle-shaped flippers to swim. Its large tail provides a thrust when it swims. Unlike fish, a whale moves its tail up and down instead of side to side. Water birds like ducks use their webbed feet to swim. The two wings of penguins are used as flippers. The flippers help them to swim. Their webbed feet and tails help them in steering to change the direction. Turtles use their flippers for swimming, while frogs use their webbed hind legs for swimming. Flying animals. The forelimbs of birds are modified into wings, which keep them to fly. Wings are attached to breastbones with strong muscles. These muscles help them to flap. Birds use their hind limbs for walking and perching on trees. Flightless birds like emus, ostriches, and kiwis use their limb to walk and run. Flying insects like butterflies, flies, bees, and mosquitoes use their wings to fly. The wings of insects have no feathers, but are made of fine scales. The wings are attached to chest muscles, which help them to fly. Migrating animals. The seasonal or periodic movement of animals from one place to another and then back again to the original place is called migration of animals. Animals migrate in response to changes in climate, food availability, or for reproduction. Migration is very common among birds. In winter, many birds travel to warm places to get rid of the cold. Siberian cranes come to India in winter. They go back to Siberia in summer. Birds like storks, geese, and swans migrate in large flocks. Deer in large herds migrate several kilometers in search of grassland. Freshwater eels swim as long as a year to reach their breeding beds in the ocean. Some whales migrate from the North Pole at the beginning of winter to warmed tropical seas to breed. When the climate becomes too warm, whales migrate back to the polar region along with their young ones.